It's no hesitation. I wanted to make a quick video, kind of talking about specifically what's been going on with me. And I wanted to kind of warn you guys and tell you guys specifically, especially when you're quantum leaping. Man, I'm going to tell you this, man. It's so true. You need to understand, bro. Sorry that I've been in my bed, but pretty much, my mom was coming in. She was budging the door. And since I had such a high vibration energy coming, she literally was trying to tease me, do everything she could. I was on the phone with Lucas, and like we could just tell how she was trying to take his energy and take my energy at the same time, bro. But I countered that shit. And the way that I did that was exactly when I hanged up on Lucas, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to my state of mind and get into this state of vibration and energy. I went to bed and I was dreaming Immortal Minds, which was fucking weird. But he was giving a great example of how to manifest. Anyways, my mom comes in, she pulls my blanket, she starts, hey, trying to talk all this bullshit, trying to tell me everything she could, try to tease me, try to hit me. I'm trying to cover myself and go back. And I'm laughing at the same time. She's like, you don't love me, you don't love me. And I'm laughing. The reason I'm laughing is because it is so funny. You're going to have in this world people that are blood suckers. People that are here that all they do is trying to suck energy out of you. Trying to put you in a position that's very uncomfortable. But you need to understand that this is always a test. This is a point where, especially when you're literally are quantum leaping or that you are becoming a different person, when you have such a high vibration energy, there's going to be people that are going to be coming to you trying to piss you off, trying to tease you. And it's not their fault. It's because it's a natural thing. Like, I'm telling you, my mom was literally coming like 6 to 7 times in my room, trying to piss me off, trying to do everything she could. You know what the best move was? Keep your mouth shut. You need to keep your mouth shut. And I'm going to tell you why, man. The moment that you speak out of your mouth is the moment that you're going to be basically leaking energy. And the moment that they are able to do that is the moment that they're going to be doing anything that they can to absolutely ruin you. These women, and I'm not saying women, all women in general, but I'm just saying, like, especially like my mom, man. I love her to death. I love her in a sense. But the way that she acts, the way that she moves, she purposely wants me to get in trouble. She purposely is trying to tease me. All I do is you keep that mouth shut. You don't pour any energy. You don't pour nothing. Matter of fact, I was laughing throughout the whole thing because it is so funny. Once you can notice the bloodsuckers, these people that are trying to take energy from you, you could tell immediately, like, oh, he's trying to piss me off on purpose. He's trying to do this, and I understand why. Once like things start to click on you, like why certain shit happens to you, because you have to understand this. Every problem that happens in your life is supposed to be a message, a learning curve. It's like seeds. It's like these problems aren't just meant for you to just suffer. These problems are meant specifically for you to understand and to evolve. And you need to understand that. You need to understand that problems are what makes you become a better person every single day. The suffering, and you need to understand the suffering is basically your mentor, is your teacher, is the one that's going to guide you and build you towards that person that you desire or whatever you're trying to manifest to become. These problems are lessons messages behind it that we might not understand. But once you start to look further into it, once you try to understand, okay, why is this constantly happening to me, is the moment that everything starts to click. Every situation, every problem that you have, that you've been going through day to day, you created that. All those situations, all these problems, you created that. You created that for a reason. And you might say, well, damn, you're telling me all these problems that have been going on with my life, I created that? Yes. And it might sound unreal at first, because then you know the question would be, well, what if I had this car accident? What if I had this car accident? This man was drunk. He hits me. Was it my fault? Yes, it was. You created that. And that's how delusional you have to be. And it might sound so unreal, like, oh, well, that doesn't make sense. But the moment you start looking backwards, because you need to understand, especially when you're doing this, when you're trying to evolve, become a better person, you're supposed to look your past. You're supposed to go through your traumas. You have to face everything. If you want to absolutely quantum leap, you have to face everything that you've gone through. And you need to understand, you need to start understanding everything that you've been through was manifested to be the person that you became today. So understand that my hair is all messed up. I don't give a shit. I just wanted to make this video. You need to understand, like, I was like, I was with my boy Lucas, and he was basically telling me how we both manifested each other. I manifested him, he manifested me. Because it was such a blessing to have someone else that could have the level of understanding, and more of a understanding, that can kind of guide me and show me the right way where I needed to go. And for him, it was the same thing, but in the sense that basically it was a nice confirmation, like, because I'm gonna tell you this, man, talking about these topics, the way that we speak, especially specifically about this, people are gonna look at us crazy. People are gonna look at you crazy. They're like, what the fuck is he on? But you need to understand, man, you are not alone. There's people like me. There's people like Lucas. There's like people like Immortal Minds. All these people understand where you're at. They understand. They understand where you're going through. You need to understand, man, that you are not alone. But those are the steps that you need to first take. Everything else is going to be a blessing. Every message, maybe you're watching this video here, maybe you're watching, little clips here and there, is basically giving you little seeds and messages until it clicks to you. It will not stop until you understand and realize what was the whole meaning of that. So, I was like, man, how did I manifested Lucas? And I was going back. I was literally going deep inside my mind, and I realized I did. I was basically manifesting. I was really upset. Maybe I was pissed or crying or whatever. But basically, I was like, man, I wished I had someone in my life that was a teacher, that was someone that already had the knowledge, that could teach me and guide me towards the success that I've always desired. I was begging for it. And that was, I don't know how long ago it was. I can't remember. All I can remember is that little clip of my mind, me saying that. So, what does that mean? Well, first off, that means that once you start to look in the past, you start to understand every little timeline, every little piece of that puzzle will start to attach and connect together. And you'll start to realize how you got to this point. And at the same time, it makes you realize, okay, well, if I literally manifested myself to this point right now, maybe I'm not happy. Or maybe you're still searching, or you're still looking for it. And that's a good thing, because the more you seek is what you shall find. You will understand how to be careful within yourself. you will start protecting yourself. You will start to realize, holy shit, if all of that shit made me the person that I am today, I gotta be very fucking careful how I move. I gotta be very careful how I speak within myself. Maybe you are speaking badly, or maybe you're speaking poorly. You start to realize what the hell you need to do. It's really weird, but it's so true. You got to be very careful how you act and how you move forward. Now, I'm not saying here for you to worry. I'm not here that we're imperfect. We're going to make mistakes. But you need to understand that those mistakes is what's going to create you for that man that you've always desired to become. You can't go through light without dark, and you can't go through dark without any light. You need problems in your life to figure out the solutions for them. Everything is that simple. It's a positive and there's a negative. And that's life in general. That's a rule in general. So you need to understand that you shouldn't worry specifically like, shit, okay, well, I don't want to make this mistake, I got to be careful, and I'm not saying it's not bad to be safe, being careful of what you're doing, the habits. It's a good thing because you're learning, but also don't beat yourself down when you do make a mistake. Don't beat yourself down when you're not that character that you've always desired to be, because you need to understand that you are going to be put into battles. And those battles is what's going to teach you and guide you and help you to become stronger. You need to understand that God doesn't crown you just because you ask for it. God only crowns you once you face that battle, and multiple battles actually. And then he's like, okay, he deserves it because he's gone through something that a lot of people don't go through. But you need to understand that. You need to understand that those battles is what made you stronger. You can't, it's like this, right? You can't learn without applying things. You can't, and while you're applying these things, you're gonna have to make those mistakes. It's just obvious, right? It's like imagine you're with your sensei and you're practicing every single day. You're learning how to fight in those moves, right? But you don't go out there in the world and face it. You will never progress. You will never grow. You will never understand what is that dark side. You will never understand what would that be? How would that feel? What do I need to do to avoid that next time? You need to understand that because, think about it. It's like the same example as when you're little. I don't know if you ever stole anything, but maybe you stole something before and your mom fucking grabs that shit. I'm telling you, my mom, when she saw me, I took something from the store, she beat the shit out of me. She told me, don't do that again, right? But that little situation, I understood when I was little, I understood, okay, I'm not supposed to steal. And I stopped stealing. Because after that mistake, after that situation, that problem that I had to go through, I understood the value and the lesson of why I shouldn't steal. But it's the same thing as what you're trying to do in life. Anything that you're trying to grow, anything that you're trying to build, you have to face it. You have to. It's inevitable that you can live a happy life, that you can go through anything in such a positive way. You're going to have to go through dark shit, man. And sometimes, sorry about that. Sometimes these dark shits is basically going it alone. I had to go through a period of time going alone in my life. It was the hardest part, but it was what made me to become this man that I am today. And I'm telling you, throughout these problems, God is going to, and you could say God, you could say the universe, but you're going to get rewarded throughout it. My reward was with Lucas. He was mentoring me. Now we're like basically brothers at this point, but he was the one that has been guiding me and showing me, and I've seen everything. I've seen from the Lucas he was to the Lucas he is now, he has quantumly so far. But you see, it could not happen if I did not go through certain situations, if I did not put in that work alone. So I had no friends, brother. I had nothing. I had no friends. My family in a sense outed me. Like, I had no one in my life. I'm just being honest, bro. And it's hard because you get into a very dark spot where it's like, man, nobody loves you. It's not true. They just don't understand you. You got to understand that people are going to look at you crazy. People are going to be like, what the fuck? And even Mr. Beast said that. He's like, people are going to look at you crazy until you get successful. People are going to look at you like you're like, oh my God, you're intelligent. Like, oh, he was right. Because you got to understand, people don't know your dream. That vision that you have within your mind, that character that you want to build, because deep down, we're all trying to find ourselves. We're trying to find our purpose. And if your purpose is to become this version, whatever the case may be, I can't say for all of you guys, but you need to understand that vision that was put into you was for you only. It's not for everyone. Not everyone, especially if you can understand what I'm trying to say here, not everyone is going to understand it. Not everyone is going to be an NBA player. Not everyone is going to get successful. Not everyone is going to have that same mindset that you have, that same drive, that same ability to do better, that doesn't want to work a 9 to 5, that wants to do something better within their lives. Not everyone has that same mindset. So you need to understand that you are different, that you are someone in this world to do something that no one else has done. And once you start to understand that, once you understand that you are not the same like these motherfuckers out here, is the moment you're like, you know what, bet. Every time someone tells you something, every time someone tells you, oh, you're fucking crazy, or why the fuck are you watching these videos, whatever the case may be, put that shit in your pocket. Be like, bet. Because the moment you start feeding off of that energy, and I go back to the same thing like with my mom, the moment you start feeding that energy is the moment you start leaking in yourself and you give your power away to others. Anytime these motherfuckers say something, even in the comments, whatever the case may be, I don't know. People are going to always constantly be hating on me no matter. And this is a thing. This is so true. People are always going to hate on you when you are starting and when you do make it in life. They're going to even hate you even more because their ego, they cannot fathom, they can't handle. And you know what? I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I'd be fucking pissed too. I'd be pissed if I see someone succeed in life because, and I'm not saying that, I hate people that are winning. No, not at all. That, that ego of me being mad of him winning is basically like not understanding how he got there, because I feel like everybody wants to chase something. Everybody wants to get successful, but doesn't know what they need to do. Doesn't know that they've been programmed in a certain type of way. They don't understand that they have to go and face their childhood traumas to be this version of themselves that they desire to be. Right? So I would be pissed too. I would be pissed like, how the fuck did he do it? Fucking pissed. Like, I should have, whatever the case may be, right? You got to understand that people are going to be pissed at you. People are going to get mad at you no matter what. So be quiet. Keep your mouth shut. Don't say anything to anyone. Don't tell people your dreams, your goals, because you are different. You're not the same like these motherfuckers out here. You are different. And once you realize that you are a different person, is the moment that you keep your mouth shut. Is the moment that you don't share shit to no one. Not even your parents, bro. As sad as that sounds, because I'm telling you, even my own parents, bro, my own fucking parents. I don't want to really speak too much on it, but I'm just saying my own parents even hate on me, bro. They hate on me. My mom is like an energy bloodsucker, and there's people out there that would, all they want to do is tease you. All they want to do is take your energy away because you're fucking glowing, because you have something that you want to do, and they don't want you to do that. They want you to be in their, and how they look at you. Bro, even at work, man. I'm not gonna shout out his name, but he's literally 50 years old, bro. He has done absolutely nothing. The moment I try to do something, or he looks at me, or I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you waking up at this time? Why are you doing push-ups? Why are you doing these videos? These are ridiculous. Is the moment I realize, motherfucker, you haven't done shit. You're 50 fucking years old. You're still working at a 9 to 5 job. Yes, I'm with you right now in the time being, but guess what? I'm fucking growing out of it. I'm doing my own business. Why are you gonna be hating on me? I'm trying to do something better for my life, and you're gonna be shitting on it. You know why you shitting on me? Because you haven't done shit. Because you haven't done anything in your life. That's why you're gonna hate on me. That's why you want to do all this bullcrap. So, like I said, man, understand, man. These people are here to hate on you, to treat shit like on you. That's the moment, man. You don't respond to no one. You don't talk to no one. You keep your mouth shut. I'm telling you, bro. The moment you do that is the moment you win. Because even though like my mom was teasing me, trying to like hit me, I'm telling you, bro. This woman was hitting on me. This woman was talking shit. This woman was doing anything she could. And yes, it literally was like 5 minutes straight. But the moment I kept my mouth shut is the moment that she slowly started leaving the room. So I'm gonna tell you this, brothers. It might suck right now. Maybe you've told something. Maybe you're getting shit on. Maybe I can't explain what you're going on. Like in a sense, like I don't know what you're going through right now. In the sense, because I'm not there. But understand that eventually all of that will go away. Eventually, all those problems are just momentarily. These problems aren't going to stay forever. And understand that these problems are a lesson behind it. And those lessons, those problems are going to stay there until you understand it. Until you understand, okay, I understand what this is. I understand what these problems are. And until you figure that out is the moment where everything else is easy. Everything else, and I'm not saying easy in a sense where it's like, oh, once I understand that, you know, you're gonna always you're gonna constantly go through problems. You're gonna constantly go through situations in life. But it's gonna be much more easier for you to understand that, hey, I shouldn't beat myself down. I shouldn't get upset when something happens to me, because at the end of the day, there's always a lesson, and that lesson is a blessing. And that blessing is a solution for that character, that whatever you're trying to build. You got to understand, it's like you I don't know if about sales, but if you heard about, the more no's that happens on the calls, is the more yeses come into your life when you're doing sale calls. It's so true. The more problems keep happening, you should be excited. I get happy when problems happen to me. And it sounds weird, but it is so true. I get excited. The moment I have a problem is the moment I'm one step closer to my goals. Is the moment I am a step closer to that desire that I've been literally seeking for. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say.